We've all heard those little sayings, those bits of wisdom that pop up on our feeds. But how often do we really, truly stop to think about what they mean? Well, today, we're going to take one of those phrases and really dig into it to see what makes it so powerful. Okay, let's get into it. And here it is. Friendly reminder. Sometimes, difficult roads can lead to beautiful destinations. It just feels true, doesn't it? But it's also so simple. It's the kind of thing that's really easy to say when you're not the one stuck on that difficult road.
So, that's the real question, right? What does this actually mean? What makes a road difficult, and what exactly makes a destination beautiful? Because it's not just about surviving a tough time and then, poof, everything's great. The connection between the journey and the reward is, well, it's so much deeper than that.
All right, so let's start with the first piece of the puzzle, the difficult road. Let's unpack what that struggle really feels like.
I think the biggest part of any difficult road is just uncertainty. It's that feeling of driving in the fog with no map. You have no idea if you're even going the right way. That constant not knowing, man, that can be the heaviest thing to carry.
And then, of course, there's the struggle itself, that feeling of always pushing a boulder uphill. It's the exhaustion, the hard work, the emotional drain. It's just that feeling that everything is a fight and you're not sure how much more you've got in the tank.
And on top of all that, these roads are just filled with obstacles. Sometimes they're external, a project fails, you lose a job, you have a financial problem. But so often, the biggest obstacles are the ones inside us, our own self-doubt, our fears. Those are the roadblocks that can really make you want to just turn back. Okay, so you push through all of that and you get to the beautiful destination. But what is it really? It's probably not a pot of gold or a fancy trophy. The real beauty, the real reward, that's something that's been built inside of you along the way.
For one thing, a huge part of that beauty is just clarity. You know that aha moment? After being lost in the fog for so long, suddenly the sun comes out. It all makes sense. You finally see why you had to go through everything you did. And that feeling, that's beautiful.
And the destination? It's also the strength you now have. Think about it like a muscle. It had to be torn down to be built back stronger. You come out of the struggle more resilient, more capable. The beauty isn't just that you arrived. It's in the person you had to become to get there.
And finally, the destination gives you perspective. Standing at the top of the mountain, looking back, the path looks completely different. Those giant boulders that felt impossible, now you see they were actually stepping stones. What felt like a painful detour was actually the only way forward. Your whole view of the world can change.
And this is the most important part, right here. The road and the destination aren't two separate things. It's not like you just suffer for a while and then get a prize. No, the journey creates the destination. The reward is literally built out of the struggle.
Look at it this way. The road provides the challenge, and that challenge becomes the strength you gain. The road provides the discomfort, and that discomfort becomes the growth you achieve. The road provides the question, and that question is what leads you to find the answer. They're two sides of the exact same coin. You can't have one without the other.
So the whole process kind of looks like this. First, you just endure. You put one foot in front of the other, even when it's hard. Then, as you keep moving, you start to gain some perspective. You're a little higher up the mountain now. And then, finally, you're able to look back and truly recognize the growth. The beauty is in seeing how far you've come. And that brings us to this, which is a total game changer of an idea. What if the hard part isn't something blocking your way? What if the hard part is the way? The difficulty isn't an obstacle on the path. The difficulty is the path. The struggle itself is what carves out the space inside you to even be able to appreciate the destination.
So, we're back where we started. But that sentence feels different now, doesn't it? Sometimes difficult roads can lead to beautiful destinations. It's not just some nice, hopeful thought anymore. It's a map. It's a description of how transformation actually works, where struggle becomes strength and confusion becomes clarity.
So I'll leave you with this to think about. If you feel like you're on one of those difficult roads right now, if it's all uncertainty and struggle, just take a second. Instead of focusing only on how hard it is, ask yourself, what beautiful destination could this be leading me to? What strength, what clarity, what new perspective is waiting for me just up ahead?